everybody. Is this your first year gardening? Well, today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for beginner gardeners. Hello YouTube family, it's Kelly again with Kelly's Cultivated Life. If you want more tips and tricks for beginning a garden or just gardening in general and taking care of your houseplants, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can hang out with me every time I drop a new video. So the first tip I have today for a beginner gardener is to have patience and trust the process. When you're gardening, things don't always happen at the pace that the package might say when you buy your plant or your seedling. So you just have to have faith, trust the process, make sure you are staying on top of taking care of your plants, and everything should go great for you. Now, if you don't have patience, gardening will help you learn to have patience, because sometimes, y'all, like this year, my seedlings are off to a great start, but last year, which was my second year gardening, last year, I had a lot of issues, and I'll try to find the pictures and show you guys, but this is way more lush than what I had last year, so I think I'm doing pretty good. The second tip I have for a beginner gardener is to start slow. And what I mean by start slow is don't bite off more than you can chew. It may sound exciting when you're standing in front of all the seeds at the store or in front of all the seedlings at the store, and you think, man, I love cucumbers, I love cabbage, I love kale, I love it. You might just buy some of everything that you see because you know that's what you like to eat. But when you're just starting out, I recommend that you only choose a few items and you kind of get to know the process with those few items. Then as you go on, you can add more. My first year, I think all I had was, I had two types of peppers, jalapeno and cayenne. And then I also had cabbage, which cabbage did pretty good, and so did the peppers. I tried zucchini and cucumbers, no good. Like, I struggled. I think I might have gotten one cucumber my first year, and we didn't even pick it off the vine quick enough to eat. So it went bad before we could even eat it. Then the vine died. It was a struggle, y'all. So just start off slow and have fun with it. My third tip for a beginner gardener is to grow foods that you like. And so this kind of relates to start off slow. When you go to the store to select what you want to grow, make sure you're getting things that you eat. Like, if you don't eat cabbage, don't grow cabbage. If you don't eat carrots, don't grow them. Grow the things that you like to eat. Now, if you go to the store and you're looking at the seed selection and you don't see anything you want, that's fine. You can check online. There are several reputable sources of seeds that you can use online, and I'll link some of my favorites in the description box. But just make sure you're growing things that you like. Something that my family does, the first year I just bought everything from the store, but last year and this year I found seed stores that I like to use, and to me they have a better germination rate compared to the actual in-store purchases that you get from the big box store, the blue one, the orange one, those things. So I prefer to use the seeds that I purchase from the online retailers for that reason, and also because they have a greater variety of options to choose from. So you don't have to just get, Georgia collard greens. You can get like 8 different kinds of collard greens. And so that's what I like about purchasing my seeds from the online retailers, because there's so many heirloom varieties that you can choose from that you never really see in the store, because the store only carries the common stuff. They try to cater to the masses. And what you want to do is, like for me, I like to grow things that I can't find in the store. I know I can go to the grocery store and get a straight 8 cucumber, but I cannot get certain types of cucumbers at the grocery store near where I live. So that's what I try to grow, and it makes it fun, it makes it festive, and it just adds a little twist to it. When you are growing foods that you like, you need to make sure you know the requirements for those foods. Like how much water do they need? How much sunlight do they need? How much fertilizer do they need? Like, there's so many different things that you need to make sure you know about different varieties that you're gonna grow before you start growing them, because you don't want to commit yourself to something or have your heart set on growing a watermelon, but you don't even have room to grow a watermelon, right? Or your yard doesn't get enough sunlight to grow as many tomatoes as you want. So you want to make sure that you have all of the necessities and you understand what the necessities are for growing that type of vegetable that you're trying to grow. So my fourth tip for the beginner gardener is to make sure you have enough light. I know I just talked about it in the last tip, but light is very important. And light is important because why? It helps the plants grow, okay? So all the photosynthesis and everything is very real. Most vegetables require about 6 to 8 hours at least, a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of full sun in order to reach their peak potential. And there's other vegetables and fruits that require even more sun, maybe 8 to 10 hours of sun a day. So you want to make sure that you know the light requirements and you are able to provide those light requirements for the types of vegetables and fruits that you would like to grow. My final tip for the beginner gardener is just have fun. Like, have fun. Don't stress over it. It's so exciting when you plant something and then you come back in a week and you see the progress it has made. Then you come back the next week and it's grown even more. I personally check on my stuff every day. You want to go out there and look at it, make sure no bugs are getting to it. You want to keep up with it. And nothing is more satisfying than when you go in your backyard or on your back patio and you cut you a little piece of lettuce off or a tomato or whatever. You know, you go out there and you cut it and you grew it yourself. You know that it's safe because you didn't put a whole lot of chemicals on it. You get a peace of mind and the food tastes much better. I'm going to show you guys an example of what I mean by having a proper light source for your vegetables. Now, when I showed you guys these about maybe 2 weeks ago was the last update I gave on these seedlings. They were not this big. So I've had to raise the light a couple of times because they just keep growing and growing, and pretty soon they'll be ready to go out in the yard. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the tips for beginners, and as we go throughout the season, I'll just sprinkle in more ideas and more ways that you can stay encouraged while gardening, because sometimes it can be a little struggle. So the next thing I'm gonna do is set up another grow light on my grow station. If you wanna see how I set up this grow light, make sure you tune in to my next video where I'll show how I set it up. It's super easy. And I'll tell you exactly why I have a grow light. Because, I mean, I could just use a lamp, right? Nah, don't want to use a lamp. You really should have something that is specific for growing your vegetables. A light that mimics the sun. What was that? I don't know what that was. But thanks, guys, for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.